All right, so we'll get started today. Today is our literature and reading and literature arts for our summer scramble, summer 2023. And this is our second highlight today. So we're going to look at homonyms. Okay. These are things that students frequently confuse when they're writing. We all do it every once in a while. But I'm gonna first do a fun warm-up for this. And let's look at the word homonyms. Steve, you've been great about looking things up. Would you look up homonyms? It's kind of it's a little complicated, homonyms, because it has two categories of words.
In linguistics.
Let's see, what's it say for linguistics?
Homonyms are words which are either homographs, words that have the same spelling, or homophones, words that have the same pronunciation.
Or both. That's why it's a little confusing.
Using this definition, the words row, and row are homonyms because they are homographs. So these words are C and C because they are homophones.
Okay, let's not go crazy with this two divisions of homonyms, but the point is that they're words that can be that sound alike, usually is the case, but have different meanings, or they're pronounced alike, but they have different spellings and different
like
meanings.
Right.
Yeah, like right and right. Excellent. Like WRITE and RIGHT.
You're on the screen sharing, not that.
What am I doing?
So your face is on this.
Okay, let me share.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dee. Let me share my screen. Sometimes the Zoom just disappears.
Each or two or more words having the same spelling.
Excellent.
Different meanings.
Same spelling, different meanings. So they either sound the same or are spelled the same, but in any case, they have different meanings. Let me try to get myself shared. Why? Let's see. Sometimes the Zoom is just crazy. Where is it? Oh, here we go. Okay, so let me share this screen. And we'll go through it. Now, also, you guys, I know I've said this many times, and this would also make a great mini lesson, but to have in your notebooks, maybe at the end, so it's easily accessible. Sometimes I like to start from the back of the notebook. That way I know where stuff is. Word parts. Okay, so if you encounter a new word, you're like, I don't know what this means. You can try to break it down into its parts. So in this case, I happen to know that homo means the same, or homo, right? Like homosexual couple, it's the same gender. And nym means name. So it's something that's the same in some ways. It's named the same, but it's different. Okay, so it's going to sound the same, right? But it's going to be a different word. Could be spelled the same or could be spelled different. So remember, sounds the same as the pronunciation is kind of important. Cool. So we have the first one, and D put heel and heel. Excellent. So if you get one, you can kind of get the next one because you have to pronounce it. That's a tip. I shouldn't get that away. What's the second one? We've got this thing here, and then we've got these two little prints.
Can I participate?
Yeah, you can participate.
Say pause and pause.
Pause and pause. Now we could write this in, but you guys, we don't need to. Pause and pause. So it sounds the same, right? Pause and pause. It sounds exactly the same. So it's the same in its sound, but it's different in its both spelling, right, and meaning. Right? How about this one? Well, look, dissect it like we did the other day with our photograph. When you're looking at an image, sometimes just take a quick look. Now look at the different parts of the image. Like, and that can help you unpack what it means. So you've got like a big hand with a spray and a little thing, whoop, looks like it's jumping. And then you have a big monster shouting or breathing fire or something. And then you have
Oh,
people running,
Lee,
flee and flee. So yeah, one's a noun. The
okay,
flee is to run away, right?
yeah.
Flee in terror. How about this one? The second one's easy, which. So if you get one, you can pronounce it and go like which. And then you'll be like, okay, it sounds like which, but it's a different spelling, probably, or different meaning. So what's the other one spelled on the left? How's that spelled? It's gonna sound like which.
Which,
How do you spell it?
W-H-I-C-H.
W-H-I-C-H. So there's like, which apple should I eat? Let's get brain twisters, right? This one. The ones they successfully stopped at the stop sign, the other one they did not successfully stop at the stop sign.
I don't know that.
But crash doesn't work for the first one,
Oh,
does
yeah,
it?
I know.
No, it's good to try stuff out, exactly, crash now. I mean, what do you do at a stop sign?
stop,
You stop, how?
Oh,
How do you stop the car?
break.
break. Oh, break and break.
Brake and brake. So one's B-R-A-K-E, one's B-R-E-A-K, so they sound the same, but they're spelled differently in this case and have different meanings. How about, I like this one's crazy. Hi, Victoria, we're working with homonyms. Homonyms are words that are the same pronunciation, usually. Always. But often that's a hom is same, name, nym is name. So they're named the same sound. They have different, usually spellings, but not always, and different meanings. Homonyms. And we'll get to why we're doing these later, why people have problems with them in their writing. Okay, what is this one? So we've got someone, what is that person doing on the left? So they sound the same. So if you get one, you've got the sound, and then you try the sound out on the other one. That's my tip. What is she doing?
It's rollerblading.
Yeah, what is the other people doing? On the right.
Oh, yeah, it's like a doctor.
Could be. What's he got on his chest though?
Cross
Yeah,
creased,
yeah, what's he doing?
right?
But what's the girl doing?
I don't either.
See, this is what we did when we did the pictures. We have to kind of look at the different parts of a picture and dissect it in a sense, right? She's floating.
Floating, floating.
Why is she floating? What are they doing to her?
Like an exorcist?
Yes. So now you've got the sound. So put it to the one on the left.
Exercise?
Yes. Excellent.
Okay.
Exorcism or exercise. That one's a little funny. Exercise. Yeah, exercise and exercise. They're spelled pretty differently, but they sound quite the same. Exercise and exercise. Exercise and exorcise. So they're not spelled the same, and they have slightly different pronunciation, but they're pretty dang close. Here's one.
I got that one.
What's that one, Mary?
Wine and wine.
Wine and wine. I like the little bubbles. How do you spell the one on the left?
W-H-I-N-E.
W-H-I-N-E. Again, they sound the same, but they're spelled differently and they have different meanings. Or they're spelled the same, but they still have different meanings. How about this one? This one I found kind of hard. But you guys are good. So if you get one, you've got the sound. You see like little, medium, and big on the right, and then there's just one bowl and a spoon. So some, whatever they're eating, it takes a spoon on the left. What do we commonly eat with a spoon?
Soup and.
Soup and what else? What else do we eat with a spoon?
Cereal.
Cereal. And what about the other one?
Cereal in a row.
Yeah, a series, or it's cereal,
Oh.
like a series.
Yeah.
Yeah. CERALL, excuse me, and CERIAL. Good. This one's pretty easy. Victoria, which one is, what's the one that's on the screen now, please?
P and
Oh.
desert and desert.
Hmm? P and P, and then this one, it got left in, I couldn't get it out. Desert and dessert, so it's a slightly different pronunciation. But people commonly confuse the spelling. So that you have desert and then dessert, the accent is on the second syllable, dessert. The first one, desert. Good, sorry, that one was given away.
I can tell you a way to remember that.
Good.
You prefer 2 desserts and only 1 desert.
Yeah, that's good. I like the way the guy's leaving the person on the desert island. Wow. Bye-bye. Okay, how about this one?
Wrap. No.
Almost like wrapping arms around, but
So the name.
easier if there were hands, I think.
You what?
If there was hands shown.
Pray and pray.
Yeah, pray and pray.
Oh, okay.
So one's a verb and the other's a noun. You're pray. How do you spell the second one?
PREY.
Yeah, TREY. Here's one. So that one,
Oh, we can.
leak and leak, LEAK. It's a pretty good drawing of a leak. Both of them, I like those. See if I download this, it helps. Here's the next one. How do we spell the one in the middle?
Is it QUE? Is that what it is? QUE? No.
I'm not sure. I have to think about it.
Oh.
Pool table Q. I thought it was CUE.
CUE?
Is it QUE? Mary, how do you spell pool Q?
I spell it CUE.
I thought it was CUE. So that's spelled pretty differently, but it sounds the same. There's Q, the letter Q, pool Q, and people are queuing. We don't say queuing a lot here in Britain. They say queuing. It's French, you can tell by how it's spelled. Here's one. We have these out in the desert, don't we? These guys on the right. With the very big ears.
Is that hair and hair?
Hair and hair. How do you spell the one on the right?
Wait, on the right?
Yeah,
HARE.
yeah. I know someone, her name is Binny Hare. Her first name is Binny. It sounds like bunny. And her last name is Hare, HARE, Binny Hare.
Okay.
Here is
Me?
Something's happening there.
Mary and Mary.
Mary, Marry, to marry, and Merry Christmas. Whoa. And then say whoa again. And what's the best word for that sound? Whoa.
Like woe is me.
Woe is me, yeah, like tragedy. Yeah, it's not something that woe is me, you know, poor me, tragic me. WOE.
Ah, I got that one.
What is it? Waste and waste.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks,
job.
Victoria. Again, the spelling, yeah, is very, sounds exactly the same. Different spelling, different meaning. How about this? I gave this one away. Sometimes when I was trying to get rid of the words, it wouldn't go away. So that one's pretty easy. What is the left one? Flew, like a bird flew in the past, FLEW, in the middle.
Oh.
Flu, like COVID flu.
I
Yeah,
thought it was like smoking. I was like, wait.
okay. So, and he's got like an ice pack on his head or
Yeah.
a heating thing. So how do you spell that one? The same as the chimney, FLUE? So that's an example of how some of them are spelled the same but having different meanings, and some of them are spelled different and have different meanings. So the same name but different meanings. All right. Aw, what's this one?
Mary.
Dear.
Dear and dear. That's sweet. DEAR and DEER. What's on the left?
Rain.
Rain. RAIN in the middle.
Or
The king in his reign of power, REIGN, and then the horse's reign. These are good for our brains.
catch up and catch up.
Catch up and catch up. That's kind of, we don't have those phones around anymore, but our other phones do the same thing.
Think about a piano.
It's a ring what?
Ringtone?
Mhm.
Is it really?
Well, I was thinking of.
It's not actually the answer. No,
It's
that's not
chord.
true. Because that's a chord. When there's more than one note, it's a chord. And then there's the old fashioned phone chord. Is that what you were saying, Mary?
Yeah, chord was what I was.
So how do you spell the one on the left?
Are you asking me?
Anyone? How do you spell the one on the left, D? Yeah.
CORD?
The one on the left is spelled with an H.
CHORD?
Kind of like choral music, you know, like a chorus, CH. Yeah, and then we have the
Okay.
chord, the old, I like those old phones though. I don't know. I mean, I didn't like having to stay tethered to wherever the phone
Yeah.
was, but I like the sound of them.
Yeah. Wait and wait.
Wait and wait, excellent. This is a common one that people make mistakes a lot in their writing. I do it too every once in a while.
Two, and two.
2, 2, and 2. So 2, which how's the one spelled on the left? Far left.
farther, like T-O?
Yeah, TO, so he's moving to the X. They're going to TOO. And then. Oh, thank you. And then, what's the last one, Victoria?
eight and eight.
No, we're still on the 2 one. What's the
Oh,
one on the right? How do you spell it?
TWO.
Yeah. Oh, 8 and 8, cool. 8TE and EIGHT. I don't think people confuse that one too much. How about this one? Obviously, it sounds like C.
CCC,
CCC. What's the second one?
SEA,
SEA, and the third one?
SEE.
SEE. Here we have, this one's funny. It's not politically correct. So you get one, what's the one on the left?
There,
Then you just look at the other one and say, hey, it's the same sound, but it's a different thing. What is it?
stare.
STARE.
Oh. No, it's not it.
We got night already down there, but this one, the boat,
Mhm.
why is it leaning over? I'll get one of them. What's the second one, maybe? Start with that one.
Boat, boat.
Oh, tide.
Tied, it's tied up. And what would be the left side?
Like a tide that goes in and out.
Tide in a ocean body of water that goes in and out. Why do the tides go around? Because of the moon. Why? Because the gravity of the moon is just strong enough to drag the tide, the ocean around. Tide and tide. How do you spell the tide that the moon controls? TYDE? No,
Tide.
Tide. TIDE.
Oh, and then tide, okay,
And it's tied up, TIED.
okay.
Night and night, that one was easy. How about this crazy one? Well, okay, so we have
Dice and,
The die and oh, yeah.
yeah. What happened to that shirt before they sold it? It got
wait, is it die, like D-I?
die, and I think the plural of dice, I think is die, but there's only one die. Huh. But there's 2 I's. Dice and die, died. That one's a
think-
little odd.
Die as in he died. The first guy died. There's a one die. And there's a die the shirt.
Die and die.
I thought die was the plural of dice.
Die is the singular.
Okay. Do you play dice?
Yes.
Okay. All right, this one's sweet.
No? Oh, I know.
What is it?
Male, male, and. I don't know the other one.
I don't know about the coin being male in a way. I mean, okay, the guy in the middle is male and then the image on the coin is male, but that's kind of like, is that male? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Does that distinguish being male?
male and male.
Nope.
Wait, so it's not it?
Mm-mm.
Oh, okay.
Because they both would be male, so why would they have the same spelling for two? You know what I mean? Hi, Jeanette. We're on our last page of homonyms. You can look at this later and do as many as you can. Hi, Jeanette. Homonyms are words that sound the same, but have different meanings and sometimes different spellings. And people confuse them a lot when they're writing. So we're doing this little warm up to look at different words that have the same sound. In a sense, they're named the same, but they have a different meaning. Anybody got this one? What's the guy in the middle doing? It looks like Lincoln, but what is he doing?
I don't know, smelling?
Smelling what?
Ah. We got it.
What is it?
Scent.
Scent. Good. I gave it away. I should have made you guys puzzle it out forever. No.
Oh.
So how do you spell the one on the left?
C-E-N-T.
In the middle?
C-S-C-E-N-T.
And on the right?
S-E-N-T.
Good. So we have a scent, which is a noun. We have a scent. They're all noun, except for the last one is a verb. Scent, past tense, right? Like to send. Good. Sounds the same, spelled differently, can have different has different meanings. And here's our last one. I'm not gonna say any hints.
Like beam? What is it called?
It's another word for beam.
I don't think what those thingies is called.
I'm not gonna say a word.
Are they lasers?
These are what?
Laser beam.
But does that fit the other?
No, I'm trying to.
Yeah, that's good. That's how you have to do it. Jeanette, what do you think? What's coming out of those spaceships? It's another word for beam. Like this. I'm not gonna say anything. You guys have to get it. It's a synonym for beam. What's a synonym for beam? Where does some of our beams come from normally? Where do we get beams? Steel steel, and steel, it'd be pretty cool, but the one on the right doesn't really work. It's like a big pile of rubble. Mary, do you have this one?
I don't.
What comes from the sun?
Ray,
Mhm.
Ray.
Rays. Rays. So that's a good one for the middle one. Does that work on the left? No? What's happening to that city? Or what's happening to those buildings?
Rise.
raise. How about
Raised,
raise with-
raised up.
So you raise the city and in the far right,
Yeah,
raise.
raise.
UFO and.
Yes.
raise.
Let's, Jeanette, spell that one on in the middle.
Raise.
How do you spell it, love?
RISE. Raise.
Middle, it's like gamma rays, or the old fashioned movies where they had like the little green men come with those guns and they shoot the rays. Or the sun has rays of light. That would be
RAYS.
That's it. And the one on the left, D,
Ray's next game is today at 3:40 p.m.
how do you spell the one on the left, D?
R-A-I-S-E.
RAISED. And the right, Mary?
Like raise a city.
Yeah, how do you spell that rays?
I think it's just RAISE, isn't it?
No, I don't think so.
They have a Z,
Yeah,
RAIZE.
I think it's RAZE,
R-A-Z-E.
to raise a city,
That-
to knock it
right.
down.
I didn't know that one.
So we have raise the city, raise coming from the spaceships, and raise the something to the ground. Cool, good job. Yeah, that was really hard. So I'm gonna stop sharing on that. So I think we're pretty clear what homonyms are. If our brain warmed up a bit, so I'm gonna go back to our next activity.
Want me to put the sign-in sheet on the chat?
That'd be great, thank you.
Screen, not your screen.
Yeah, okay, I'm gonna share now, thanks. All the help I can get with the Zoom. All right, so here's this sheet. Who doesn't have a copy of this? Let me see where are the copies I made.
I don't have one.
Are you on the phone or are you at a computer?
I'm on the tablet.
Are you able to download this document?
I can try.
Try. That way you can work on it more independently. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to scroll through. Let me get these copies. So, and are you on the phone? Oh, did we lose? Victoria?
Yeah, I just sent the sheet through chat. The link to it.
Usually she's on the phone. So yeah, she could probably look at that herself on her phone. So get started on these. I think it's pretty obvious what you have to do. Choose the correct words from the head of each group of sentences to fill in the blanks in that group. Now, on the left, on the right, there, and there, that's probably one of the most common ones that we mistake. Right? I mean, I find myself doing that. I'm like, what? One is possessive, it's yours. The other is a place. And the other is a subject and verb. They are reduced. So anyway, get started on that. And I want you guys to keep these in mind so you'll never make these mistakes again. That's ambitious, right? And that's a really common one too. We'll talk about that when you're done. It's and it's. People make that mistake a lot. You'll get you a hard copy, Dave. me just copy print it right. Hi, Victoria, we're working on the lookalikes and soundalikes, which is basically what homonyms are. So if you can get that link up on your phone. If you have a printer somewhere in your life, print this out. This is a good one. And it's old school because it's been typed, but this way you won't ever make these mistakes again if you happen to do them. I do sometimes
There
make
you go.
Thank you. Confuse, especially there, and there.
Wednesday or Thursday? Thursday.
That's very confident. What has, no, just. All right, I'll give you 5 more minutes and then we'll look at this together. All right, so let's go over these. The first one, and and. They don't exactly sound the same, but they look the same. And we commonly get them a little confused. How about Carol sings
A great deal.
a great deal? We don't need the and unless it's before a vowel, correct? She can write
An essay.
an SAAN in
She can write an essay in 8 hours.
But because I just kind of silent, we put an.
Yeah.
An hour, otherwise it'd be a hour, it's kind of awkward. There are some exceptions to the rules, right? Always a few. My brother, I bought an old car. That's kind of like our story, the red Cadillac, right?
And
Spelled
AND.
my brother and A-N-D. I bought an old car. Yeah.
Oh,
What's the second one spelled?
AN.
Mm-hmm. Good. This one is confusing. Already and already. Already is the function of time, like it happened already. And already is like an adjective, like I'm all ready. And we do want to think about the different kinds of words. One's an adverb. He is, how do you spell the first one?
A-L-L.
Already, he's already, he's ready. Is he? He's already the best.
Already.
How do you spell it?
ALLREADY.
That means he's ready to go.
And he's A-L-R-E-A-D-Y.
In terms of time, he's already the best athlete in class. He's not already to be the best. You know what I mean? He's not like already, I'm ready to go. How about the second one?
Ready. READY.
Because that would be like, are you all ready for school?
Oh, okay.
Like you were already ready? No, not quite. What is our other option? James? All ready. Are you all ready for school? All ready to go? ALLREADY. Otherwise it's like, are you all ready for school? Like you already, see, one's about time. So already is something that already happened in time. Okay. The drinks were, that's a past tense.
A-L-L.
Yes, all ready for guests. You can't say the drinks were already what? So this is all ready for guests. A-L-L. She has left.
A-L.
Ready.
How do you spell?
ALLREADY.
A-L.
What's the one that I said is about time? So something's happened already? Which one is that? She wouldn't say she's left, she's all ready, but like already is like ready to go. Like
A-L.
ALREADY. She left already. Already is an adverb. What are adverbs? Adverbs add information to a verb. Something that happened. They often say when, how, or where. So this one is like when? And this is a question. Has she left already? Okay. That's kind of tricky, right? But try to remember one's about time. So if she's already left, it's about time. Bye. I will be home by noon, spelled
B-Y.
BY.
Good. By my standards, this is good work, spelled
BUY.
B-Y.
Why would you spell that? B-U-Y. Doesn't that mean to purchase? Purchase my standards? No. Let's put B-Y. Don't just guess. Think for a second. Go to the store and
B-Y.
B-U-Y. Did you say B-U-Y? Good. Purchase some rice. New York
B-U-Y.
buys buses from Grumman. That's kind of a New Yorkie thing, but that's where the buses come from. Here's the one I want you guys to remember forever from today, because it's kind of tricky. It's and its sounds exactly the same. That's why they're homonyms. But one has an apostrophe, right? They're both supposed to have an apostrophe. but they can't because they have two different functions and meanings. So they had to assign the apostrophe to one and not the other. Which one did they assign the apostrophe one? The subject and verb. It is. But look what happened to that subject and verb. It was squished. Okay, it's called a contraction. And so when you see the apostrophe, you want to give that to the subject and verb. It's like, let me give you an example. It's like, I'm happy. That's I am squished, right? But if you say Mary Ann's happiness, there's an apostrophe S. But we can't use that with the it because it will sound like a verb. Does that make any sense, you guys? Let's try it. What about the first one? Do we have the apostrophe?
Yeah.
Yes, because we can break it apart and go, it is too hard a sentence for me. How about the second one? Is that it is, or is it possessive? It's ownership. The chair has holes in its seat.
No.
There's no apostrophe because in English, they decided to put the apostrophe with the verb. Okay, this is tricky. I want you guys to do your best to grab it. Oh, here's one. If we say it is okay with you, how do you spell it then? It's okay with you. It's fine with me. Spelled how?
The apostrophe.
That's right. Excellent. Yeah, the apostrophe. If it is, you can spread them out. Okay with you, it is fine with me. So remember, the one that has a verb squished into it is the one with the apostrophe. This one, I'm crazy with this one. I'm a good speller. I've had to work with that my whole life. I got through graduate school, so somehow it worked out. I probably using, spell check. I have to look carefully, make sure. She tightened which one? Loose or loose screw?
Loose. Loose.
That's right. That's an adjective, describes a noun, screw. What kind of noun? What kind of screw? Loose. People. Lose. As a sound. LOSE, lose their mind as they're stressed. So remember the double one is the adjective, double O. Parts get. Loose, yeah, that's right. They get loose, they get wiggly. Past and past sound very similar unless you're like one of those people that pronounces T's, like past. Past, most people just say past and past. Put this sentence in the
P-A-S-T.
past tense. The moon.
P-A-S-S-E-D.
Past, P-A-S-S-E-D, in front of the sun. In the past, he,
P-A-S-S-E-D.
by 10. Our friends waved as they
P-A-S-S-E-D.
get past us. Rise and raise. One of them happens naturally, and one of them has to be done. That's kind of a good way to remember it. It's transitive and intransitive, but we won't get into that detail. So if something's rising by itself, it's R-I-S-E. Hot air. Hot air. Hot air, if it does it by itself, it's R-I-S-E. You wouldn't say hot air raise, right? You say hot air rises, but you'd have to put the S. How about the soldier? That's something that is being done.
R-I-S-E.
The soldier rise the flag at dawn?
R-A-I-S-E.
Yeah. Raised the flag at dawn. We could put it in the past tense, or we could put it in the present tense. Raises, have to plant the S. The flag at dawn. Don't talk out of your turn. Is this something you do to get your hand up? Yes. Which one is the active one?
R-A-I-S-E.
Exactly. What time do you? This one's a little tricky because we don't raise ourselves up, we rise. We don't raise. We kind of just rise. RISC. What time do you rise for work? You raise something up. You don't like raise your own body up. You just rise. You know what I mean? What time do you rise for work? You don't hear people say that very much. I rose at dawn. Sit, set. So one is an action that something does, and the other is having it done to it. So my dog, it's easy, sits, gotta add the S. Have you set the table gets set. Don't
Set.
a glass on the table edge. Supposed. He is, what sounds the best?
Is supposed.
Supposed to. Again, we don't pronounce that very well sometimes. We say he's supposed to. No, he's supposed to. I'm so sorry. He's supposed to. Sorry. He's supposed to take the test. That's why we don't say the S, because it's not on there. He's supposed to take the test. I wouldn't say he's supposed to take the test. Sorry, I messed up. But what's the verb? Simple verb. Suppose he arrives late. Right? We try not to do that because it freaks out our administrators when we arrive late to tests. Children aren't suppose SUPPOSE. I suppose you'll leave now after I've shouted at you. Okay. Suppose. Good. Then is time. Then is comparison. You can remember it that way. This is a good thing to go over before you go to the GED test. Not the night before. Don't study the night before. I'm serious about that, guys. Let your brain rest. I'm super serious about that. I've had a lot of students pass this GED. But maybe a couple days before, look at this. The dog is older. Is it the E or the A?
A.
A. Than is for comparison, my cat. My teacher is better.
A.
Than, yes, than yours. John went out and
A.
is it comparison?
E.
Then E. Then came back. THEN. Back. We saw Paul and
A.
spelled.
THAN.
Is it a comparison?
We saw.
Or is it time?
THEN.
Yeah. So remember that then is time. It happened, you know, we did this, then we did that. Okay, here's a classic. There, and there. One is possessive. It's like saying it's or Marianne's. Theirs or there. There is a place over there, THERE. And then we have the subject and verb that's been contracted and squished there, which opens up to be what?
They are.
Spell it.
THEYARE.
That's right.
Yeah.
THEYARE. So when you squish things together like that, you take off the first letter of the second word and add an apostrophe. Right? That we do that a lot. That's not something you do in formal writing. Usually you would write it out for like a paper in college or something. They are. You wouldn't say they are. That's more for speaking or casual writing. Your shirt's over. Which one is the place?
THERE.
THERE by the table. If. Which one? Here, I'm leaving. Oh, that's nasty. No. Is it the verb, subject verb?
THEYE.
Yeah, if they are here or they're here, I'm leaving. Of course, they all sound the same. There.
What's the one above it? Where are there?
Oh, I'm sorry. Where are?
THEIR.
Yeah, that's possessive. It's their new pictures. Something is a fine film playing. Okay. Which one? Is it the possessive? Is it the verb? There are is? No. So which one does it have to be?
THERE.
That's right. There is a fine film playing there. Spelled second one.
THERE.
Same, yeah, so it's a place thing. In that case. There isn't time to grade their papers. First one, Tashina. THERE, there is not time. To grades. Second one, yep.
Okay.
Their papers, it's possession, ownership. They're going to arrive with their own car. Spell the first one.
THERE. No,
That's
Okay.
place.
THERE.
Yeah, because if we spread it out, they are or they're going to arrive. So we need the subject of the sentence they. With, really?
HEIR.
THEIR, the possessive, their car. So remember that if it's someone's owning something, it's THEIR. Okay. One's a place, one's possession, and one's a subject verb squished together. Okay, good. Oh, this one's a killer. Through, though, and well, it's not that bad. Through, though, and thought. They don't sound that much the same, but they spell very similarly. If la here, I'm leaving. Oh wait, I'm sorry. Even
Though. THOUGH.
yes, even though she likes the course, she'll fail. Ooh, I hope that doesn't happen to anyone. I what you knew the way thought with a T, THOUGHT through THROUGH the woods. To grandmother's house we go.
Through.
Though, oh good, though it turns out you didn't. THOUGH, right? Though it turns out you didn't. Good. I thought with a T at the THROUGHT. I thought you and she were through. Not THREW. That's to throw something. THROUGH. Good. Not to confuse things. 2 and 2. We had this in our homonyms warm up. They were too old for the team. Want TO go with us. TOO 2. Good. So 2 means TOO means also, right? He has TO do everything twice. 2. Okay. It is too heavy for me to lift alone. Oh. Use and used. So it's kind of like supposed, but how's the first one go?
I couldn't use a gun.
Yeah, USED. Use, USE. Used to. And then use. I never got
Used to.
yeah, used to with a D. And I hope that's not the case. You guys can get used to it. It's not that crazy, right? Just don't go too fast and go too slow. And eat a lot of protein the night before, seriously. He used her like she used to use him. He used in the past a rag to polish the used cars. Here's Q, which we saw earlier. You use a pool, yeah, you, good. Pool cue like you are used to it, good. Weather. You must do it whether you like it or not. It's got an A in it or not? No. The weather, does it have an A in it? Yes. Affects weather have an A? No. Tell me
No, A.
whether you will be able to go. No, good. Where, were, and were. Where, were, and were.
W.
Oh, no, wait, where, were, and where. Where.
Nah, you're confused.
Where, were, and where. We don't know
W-H-E-R-E.
where, place, right? Where, and then
W-E-R-E. I mean, with a plus.
W-E apostrophe, where. So we are going. We don't know where we are going. They
W-E-R-E.
were, past tense, taking the test that
With apostrophe.
we are, or we're going to take tomorrow, though
W-E apostrophe.
we're not sure
W-H-E-R-E.
where, the place, W-H-E-R-E. We're not sure where. Where, spell,
W-H-E-R-E.
can I find the men who,
W-E-R-E.
excellent, guys. Gals, in this case. Whose and whose, so here's another contraction with the apostrophe. What does that mean, whose with the apostrophe? Break it apart, what does it mean?
Who is?
Who is, good, who is, and then whose is possessive, whose car? He is a student
Who's?
who, with apostrophe,
No.
really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, who is always on time, who's always on time? I can't tell. This is possessive, whose,
Oh, apostrophe S.
really? I can't tell who is tickets those are?
H-O-S-E.
The possessive, whose tickets. Find me a child who, how do you spell it?
Who is who?
Apostrophe S.
W H
Apostrophe. Tell me a child who is or whose. Never bad, and I'll show you one. Which spelling?
W-H-O-S-E.
Yes, possessive, whose mind is a blank.
The next one is W-H-O-S.
Who's the man whose wife won the election? What's the second one?
O-S-E.
That would be Bill Clinton. So you know when this was written, a long time ago. And it was typed by a typewriter, guys, a
Wait,
type.
both of them are apostrophe S.
The second one? What?
Yeah, where who's the man whose wife won the election?
Yeah, so who's W-H-O apostrophe S, who is or whose, the man whose wife,
W H O S E.
that's right. Your, if you're ready, we'll go to the house. Which one is the subject and verb? It has what in it? What does it have in it?
R?
The apostrophe,
Oh, yeah.
they both have R's, the apostrophe.
Oh, it's like the A-R-E, like the Y-O-U space A-R-E.
Oh, yeah, so that stands for you are, yeah, okay, oh, you meant A-R-E,
Yeah.
the word, not the letter. Another homonym, R and R.
Yeah.
Okay, if you're ready to go, we'll go to your house. Which one is got the apostrophe in it, first or second?
In a second.
We'll go to
No.
you, our house.
Oh, no. I mean, the first.
The first,
First.
that was a trick question. If you're ready to go, Y-O-U apostrophe R-E, you can spread it out, you are ready. We'll go to your house, Y-O-U-R. Since you're early, I'll help with your job. What is the first one?
Y O U R E.
Apostrophe R-E.
Apostrophe R-E. Don't forget the apostrophe. Since you are early, I'll help with,
Y O U R.
Your
Y
job.
O U R. Yeah.
that's right. It's easy to tell when,
Y O U apostrophe R E.
exactly, good. Maybe they have a strong perfume. I don't know. Do you think you're to blame for your failure?
Y O U apostrophe R E.
Yes, you are, or you're to blame for your YOU failure. Excellent. Okay, we're gonna go to one more thing today. And we're gonna do something that's very, it can be very annoying, but it's just part of, English is a complicated language, you probably know that. There's a lot of things that are spelled funny. Why? Because it's a combination of many different languages pushed together. And that's what drives Spanish speakers crazy and stuff, because the spelling is crazy. But we have to have verb agreement. So we have to add an S sometimes. Okay, and let's just go straight for the activities. Don't have a lot of time left. We'll do subject verb agreement. Okay. So again, this has been typed, it's pretty old, but it's really good. I'll print a couple copies from you guys in the room.
You want me to put it in the chat?
That'd be great, thank you. I don't remember. Okay, so this is just a little nitty gritty thing that happens. You'll see this on the language skills part of the test, and you should be able to do it in your own writing. What happens here is that we have to identify the subject of the sentence. Who or what is doing the action of the sentence or being described? If it's singular, we want the S on the verb. It's opposite talk, I call it. Okay, so if the subject is singular, we want an S. You would think that would be plural, but for verbs, it's different. But we don't want to get distracted by these little phrases. We have to look at the main subject. So let's look at number one, the price of the repairs. What is the subject? Is it repairs? No, it's the price. It's singular. It's a price, one price. So what is opposite talk? We add the S to seems. The price of repair seems out of line. We wouldn't say the price of the repairs seem out of line. That wouldn't sound right, but some people, they don't speak this way. So they have to train their ear to hear it better. I don't know if anybody in here has that habit of leaving the S's off, but some people do. One of my friends, what's the subject?
Wait, one?
One of my friends, but one is the subject. So we do want that S. So what's the verb going to sound like?
With no S?
It's opposite talk. So if it's a singular subject, we want the S. And one way to do this, just try it out and use your ear. So I'm going to read it both ways. You tell me which one sounds better. One of my friends hoped to go to college this fall. Or one of my friends hopes to go to college this fall.
With the S, H-O-P-E-S?
First one,
Nope. Second one, so it's opposite talk. I call it just a silly thing. The singular is one, not friends, not all the friends, just one. Then we need the S. One of my friends hopes to go to college this fall. Not one of my friends hope to go to college this fall. Okay. The wine, also singular in the bottles. What would the verb sound like? Taste sour or taste sour?
Taste.
With the S, because it's a singular subject. So this is kind of a nitty-gritty thing, guys, but it could get you a point or two. And you do need to have it to do writing well. Okay, neither is hard, but what I do is a trick. I put neither one. So now I know it's singular. Neither one of the books. If it's singular, we have to add the S. Looks right for this course. The subject is what? Is it books look right for this course, or is it neither one? It's neither. So you also notice it comes first, right? Of the books is just saying what kind of neither. Okay, let's go ahead. There. This is not an S thing. This is a different thing. What's the proper verb for this in the present tense? We all know this. What is it?
Or what's your question again?
Number 5, what's the proper form of the verb? This isn't about adding an S. It's just the right verb. It's an irregular verb, crazy irregular verb in English. What do we use? Come on. Sheena. What do we put in there? To be. I am, you are, they were, all these words that are to be. To be is a crazy word. Verb. Oh, we have to, well, if we had a little more time, we could look at that verb. There are many things to do today. How irregular is a verb if it goes from B to A? That's crazy. And also to W. There were. That's crazy. It's a crazy verb. English is crazy. Luckily, we know it because we're speaking it. There is only one thing to do today. There's an I. It's the same verb. I don't have time to show you how irregular that verb is, but it's crazy. How about which slippers are yours? Good. Crazy irregular verb. Here we're back to adding the S. Who is singular? Do we need the S? We do. It's opposite talk. So you give a singular subject. It's not like, oh, it's which is the subject actually. Okay. Which slippers? Oh no. You're right. It is slippers, which is just telling us which kind of slippers are yours. Thank you. Does that sound right to you guys? Which slippers are yours, or which slipper is yours? Which sounds better? Which slipper are yours sounds better.
Are.
Is like that.
People use is like that. They do use is like that. And if you're one of those people, that's cool when you're speaking, but not when you're writing.
Yeah, it looks weird when you're writing.
Yeah, like which slippers is
Like when I'm
yours?
texting, they're like, what?
How about this one? Who appear to be best qualified for the job? Who is the singular? So we need the S. Who appears? Is this driving you nuts or what?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very nitpicky, but it's a common mistake. So let's just go. I'll just read through the rest real quick so you get a feeling for it with your ear. Always take courses that look difficult. That's courses is actually the subject. Always is just to tell us when. Don't chase a stray animal that appears frightened. There are 2 finals left to take. 3 kittens on the rug. Seem, opposite talk, plural subject kittens. No S on the verb. Seem asleep. Each of us, each singular, needs a long vacation. Each of us needs a long vacation. The signs along the highway block everyone's view. One of the cats has a cold. The weight of the packing crates is, singular is weight, hard to estimate. Neither, I put 1 in there, neither one of them is willing to work. The purpose of these meetings, the purpose is singular, is to help counselors do a job. Good job. Latin music appeals to me. The student in my class always participate in discussions. No S because students is plural. Opposite, 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 opposite. The needs of this patient require, needs is plural. Opposite, no S. Neither one of those pens works well. Sorry, neither one of those pens works well. That's something we don't say very often. One of the instructors wants to give everyone an A. 1 is singular, S on the verb. Either one of the rings is a nice gift. There are a goldfishy goldfish and goldfishy and guppy in the tank. There is a goldfish or guppy in the tank. It's either one or the other. Singular. One of the doctors does not practice medicine anymore. One. What's the subject of that sentence, Dee?
The subject, doctor? What?
One. It's not saying doctors.
Yeah.
It's saying one. One what? One of the doctors, but the main subject is one. Good. All right, guys, that kind of wraps it up for today. I'm giving a quiz on the social studies. If you have just a minute, I'm gonna put it up there. The social studies dates. I want you guys to remember these dates. You need dates to hang different events on. Okay, you need dates in a timeline. And I'm gonna give a quiz on that. I'll give it both days, okay? I'll show you where that is, and we're back in our summer scramble. You see this on the Zoom? Going in, summer scramble. Going down, social studies. Hot timeline, it's in here, it's hiding in here. Timeline. We did this with, hey. We did it with technology. Do this if you haven't done it.
Oh, wait, you're giving a quiz on that one?
This is what we're giving a quiz on, major dates in US history.
Okay, when's the quiz?
Tomorrow and the next day, you have 2 chances at it. So here are the dates I want you to know. 1620, 1776, 1865, 1930s, 1945, 1975, and 9/11/2001. Okay, so I put pictures here. So you can see, kind of have a visual to help you remember the date. This is a very famous picture of the sailor who grabbed that. Thought she was a nurse, but she was a dental technician.
Grab the stranger.
It's the stranger on the street and kissed her. Somebody grabbed the photograph. Look at her stockings. They have seams. We don't have those anymore. That shows you how old this is. See the stockings? There's seams in the back. Some people have stockings with seams for like fun, for fashion. You ever seen stockings with seams?
What are those? Like
See
that
the
one?
seams there?
Oh, okay, like it connects or whatever.
Yeah, they're like, there's like,
Yeah.
they're hemmed, they're like sewn together that way. That was old way of doing it. So each of these dates has a picture, okay? All right, so that's our class today. Thank you guys for your great participation. And I hope, please come tomorrow. I don't hope you're coming, I want you to come. And we'll do this, the reading and literature arts GED ready test. You can see what they say about you. If you're ready to go, or you need a little more work.
Oh, I need a little more work. Not yet.
All right, guys, take
Thank
care.
you.
You too.
When's it? What was it have this study tonight?